Ian David Boyle, and I'm quitting alcohol. So we're back on a lazy Sunday afternoon with Boyle Reflects. I've missed the last couple of weeks, but we are back torturously listening to every fucking episode of the podcast I've done. I did 30 this week. I listened to 30 episodes. I listened from 40 to 70. And I tell you what, it's not getting easier to listen to, but it's fucking interesting. Well, it's interesting to me because I don't remember fucking anything. You know, it's like life. You can't hold on to all your memories. So you hold on to the important ones, the big ones. The stories you tell, the stuff when you were younger, the important moments of your life, you remember that shit. And the rest of it you just forget, and you're left with like a vague sort of like feeling of how things were or how you felt about certain situations or how you felt about certain people. So when I go back and listen to it, I'm like, I think this is around about the time this happened. I'm not too sure. I've got a vague feeling. And then you go listen back and you go, fuck, I forgot about that. And the other thing is, now that I've got documentary recording of my whole fucking life now, I can go back and listen to it and see where shit started to go wrong. Like I went back to day 40, and day 40 I went to a mate of mine's 30th, I think it was, Jared Hunter, and that was the first time I'd been out to a party and hung out properly with like drunk people, old friends and all that sort of stuff. Anyway, that's unimportant. But what happened that day 40 or 41, it was 41 actually, what happened was I went to this party and I remember now, I was feeling so uncomfortable around certain people, being sober and all that sort of shit, that I went out the back and had a few darts. And up until that point, up until day 41, I'd given up alcohol, drugs, and sugar. I'd stopped all that at the same time. I'm pretty sure the sugar was off. It was definitely my first cigarette though. And when I'm listening back, I'm like, fuck. The willpower's fading. The glow from just giving up alcohol, it's starting to dwindle, diminish. And that's what happens when you quit alcohol. You get like the first month free. You feel good. You're up your own ass about fucking how well you're doing. And then it fucking starts plateauing out until like the second or third month. And then around the second or third month, the fucking devil on your shoulder starts going, are you really feeling much better? Is this not drinking stuff really making you feel better? And you've got to ignore that cunt because he is there to fuck you up. But you start buying into it. You're like, yeah, I'm not even feeling that much better. I'm bored. I haven't had fun. I don't feel any better. I've given up drinking. Why don't I just drink if I feel like this? This is what I tell fucking every cunt when they quit. Watch out for that second or third month because that's when the fucking doubts start creeping in. You need to power through it. And that was my fucking signal, that first cigarette. When I was listening back and I heard I had the ciggy then, I'm like, fuck. That's when shit started to go downhill, like health-wise. That's when I started darting more. That was the point. Maybe I didn't have another cigarette for like a week or two after that. But by day like 65 or something, I was picking up steam with the smoking and I was starting to eat shit constantly. So that first cigarette was an indicator to me that, yeah, things are about to get fucking choppy. Hold on a second. It was actually day 70 that fucking the damn walls were starting to break. Fat bastard that episode was. I talk about I'd been smoking fucking a few ciggies during the week. I was eating like shit. But days 68 and 69 were episodes about my wife having the miscarriage. So there was enough reason at that point in time to let things fucking loose a little bit. And that wasn't fun listening back to either, the fucking miscarriage drama. But you gotta fucking do it. That was much worse for my wife than me though. The other great thing about listening back as well is when you get to where I am now, almost 4 years sober, you forget about the struggle you had at the start. You forget how hard it was. Because your day-to-day now is not fucking bad. You're not like itching your arms like a fucking junkie. You're not like walking past bars tempted to go in. It's just not really part of your life anymore. You don't really think about it. I don't have dreams about it anymore. I have dreams about sugar, but not booze anymore. It's fucking almost been 4 years. So it's good to go back and listen and go, fuck, it was actually a battle. Because I sort of felt like I flew through it. I'm like, fucking, I was indestructible. But I may have been on the booze. I don't think I've ever felt like I was close to drinking. But the absence of the booze definitely caused me to neglect other areas of my life. And I was falling apart in those first 70 days. Just no sleep. Just fucked up sleep. So that's interesting as well. And another thing I'm taking out of this, listening back, is I'm not going to say I'm going to do anything anymore unless I'm going to actually do it. I'm just going to shut the fuck up. Because the amount of shit that I've said I'm going to do and haven't done, it's starting to mount. And it's just fucking embarrassing. So far, the list grew even further. I was going to do a half marathon and go to AA. So what I'm going to try and do is all the shit that I said I was going to do in the podcast that I haven't done yet, I'm going to go back now and do it. So half marathon, I got to go to AA at some point. And in those last 30 episodes I listened to, I also said I'm going to dunk. That was one of my things. I said I'm going to fucking learn to dunk, or I'm going to fucking try and dunk. Dunk a basketball from the ground to the top of the basketball ring. Me. So somehow I've got to pull that off. Dunk. And jury duty, I said I was going to do jury duty. I never fucking replied to that. And they've never chased after me, so I don't know how I'm going to get jury duty. I can be forgiven for that one, can't I? And how's this? Around about day 63 or something, I said I'm going to start doing monthly self-reflection episodes. Once a month, I'm going to reflect on the previous month and see where I'm at with everything. I obviously didn't do that, but I'm doing it now. So instead of monthly, it's going to be weekly, and it's going to be until I fucking get through another 1,300 episodes. I'm up to episode 70, so that's it. Boyle Reflects. What a fucking nightmare. Anyway, if you're enjoying the podcast, give it a share around. Hit me up on social media. I'm Boyle Comedy on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. And I'll see you the fuck later.